Good afternoon, everyone. I would wait to give everyone a moment to come in, but the live will be out here, so it doesn't really matter how many people come in as long as I address it. But I received a lot of disturbing messages today from people that were over here that once did support me when I was speaking on the saga versus people that are just confused about everything overall. So I don't know where a lot of people been during this whole process of everything, but it's been explained numerous of times of the switching side flip flopping situation. But for the ones that are genuinely concerned and that really does want to know what's going on and that has not seen videos or me and Felicia explaining things, then this video would be for you. Um, so like we all know, I've had my channel before the saga, and I stood up for the truth because I felt in my heart, and I still do to this day, that he was wrongly accused of DV. So I stood up for something I believed in. LaTruth did not come get me, knock on my door. He did not ask me. I volunteered my time and my services. Now, fast forward. It's been about 6 months since I've said that I no longer wanted to cover the saga. I've been out of it. However, I've came forward a couple of times defending LaTruth again when Jeannie kept speaking up and I felt like she was lying. I came out only to defend him. Since the saga has been going on, since we have all been defending LaTruth, it's been a lot of back and forth on this side. It's been a lot of bickering amongst content creators. Nobody has stepped in to say anything. It's been audio that has been leaked not too long ago of other content creators speaking on his family. But what you'll never find is audio of Ashley D speaking on his family. What you've heard from people over here was Ashley D address concern, disappointment at one point in time when she was upset over a certain situation. Ashley D has always spoken out publicly in her defense how she's felt about certain things, and she's never shied away nor hidden that. Ashley D also have spoken up in defense of content creators over here who I thought was victims of their family being spoken on, their deceased loved one that is no longer here to defend themselves. I stood in a line for that, making videos defending that person as well as LaTruth family when it came to their mother. I'm one of the only content creators that were over here when that situation happened, made a video right away and defended the family. Sometimes I've kept even going with my content defending this family even when I was alone. When I had so many people attacking me from this side to other content creators as well as supporters, I still would make videos defending LaTruth and whoever else was attached to the family who I felt in that moment needed it. But I always was alone with no one in defense of Ashley D. No one in defense of standing up for me or the right thing and saying to themselves, that's not Ashley's character. That's not who she is. That's not right. Leave that lady alone. She's a woman. Most importantly, she has done nothing to anyone over here but defend her name. She has done nothing but fight the good fight when it came to LaTruth, when it came to his sisters, and when it came to his brother, who is still my friend to this day. This video is to only address the people that I truly care about that has uncertainty of where my loyalty lies. I'm going to say this loud and proud. My loyalty first and foremost lies with Ashley D. I'm going to be loyal to myself first more than anyone. At one point in time or another, I did jump out the windows, jump off the porches, went from panel to panel, in the midst of the storm with me, defending this family, defending the truth. And I don't regret that. I regret the relationships along the way that I made that were genuine on my part with people that I felt like did not deserve my time and energy. But it was a learning lesson. I have an amazing family outside of YouTube, and my life is pretty good. So to come on here every day with the same kind of energy, always going back and forth with people, is not what I want going forward. Has it happened? Yes. Do I want to continue to go that route? No. My relationship that I have formed with Felicia is genuine. Before the saga broke back out into a part two, and shout out to Dee Dee who's in here. I see you, sweetheart. I had long ago said I was not going to speak on Brianna. I was not going to keep up with her pregnancy. I was not going to do content on that daily. But if it was other content creators' choices, they could feel free to do so. But me, I made that decision long ago. I made that decision before all of this stuff transpired. So why would I go back on that decision and start doing content again? Because people want to drag the saga along. People who truly, to be honest, don't know whether or not they are content creators, have not invested their time into covering another story, would like for this to still be going on so they can have hundreds of people watching, so they can keep up drama and chaos, so they can feel relevant. They don't understand that there's so many other things that can be spoken on. And maybe they're not at that place in their life yet, or that journey where they're willing and ready to jump off the porch and see what else is out there. And that's fine. That's on them. But I'm going to stand up for myself and what I believe in first. And throughout this whole saga, this journey, standing up for this man, nobody really stood up in my defense but me. And I'm going to continue to do whatever is necessary to put me first. I'm not going to not be cool with someone anymore because of the people over here who I cut off, who I blocked, are not communicating with this person. So I should cut her off and not be friends with her because they don't kick it. When has anybody from over here ever chose a side where it led to them defending Ashley D? I've had people that I was cool with before they gotten cool with other content creators, but they still stood on panels with these people, allowed them to bash me, laughed about it, and so on. And they even bashed me at one point or another on a panel. So for you to get upset at me for being a moderator for Felicia, continuing my relationship with Felicia, is mind-boggling. Not one time anyone could ever say they've seen me laugh at LaTruth, audio coming out of LaTruth and his family or anything like that. Even though someone in that family said that I was jealous of another content creator. And they know in their heart that's a lie. I've never been jealous of anyone in my life, especially anyone that calls themselves a content creator but covers the saga, has not really tested anything else. And the only relevancy is continuing on this drama, chaos, and bickering back and forth to feel like they have content. Just to see people come in a chat that's wanting to know what's going on with this story, want to see it finish out. I'm not going to be that person who's jealous of any other person because what they have, I can get. If I was desperate to have friends, I would not have been the one to pull the plug on those relationships, on those friendships that I felt were not meaningful to me or my life or my journey or where I'm trying to go. I'm not a butt kisser. So I am not going to come out and start speaking up again and going back on my own word when I said I was not going to speak on this anymore because all of a sudden a saga 2 break out because people want to keep drama going. People want to keep confusion going. No, it's enough people that are speaking on that. And just because I'm no longer speaking on that, that does not mean I've switched sides. That does not mean everything that I've spoken upon does not hold any weight, because I fought just as much in this saga over here by myself, putting video after video out, breaking down evidence, whether it was me just talking, me making point after point on my own. I did that. I made those choices. So to take that away from me because my relationship you don't understand or is questionable, how dare you, and who do you think you are to control where I go and who I choose to communicate with? Because if that's the case, we see a lot of fake friends on a panel to this day. We've heard audio come out where people were going in on one another, and now everybody is loving each other. Everybody is the best of friends. Why not question that relationship? Why not question those content creators that we actually have proof of speaking on someone in this family versus Ashley D just in a chat? Me and that woman, Felicia, are able to be women, are able to agree to disagree, and at the end of the day, come out still respecting one another's beliefs. We don't have to be like the other side over there, the panhandlers. We don't have to pretend like we like each other to not allow the other side in, to put on a show, a narrative that we're cool, everything is all good. We trust each other. We're fake happy. No, me and Felicia can sit on a panel together and both point out why I believe him and she believe her, and still get off the panel cool like women. I don't have to fake friend her and fake believe everything she says just to fit in. That's this side over here. That's not me. And I'm not going to start. It never been that way, and it's not going to start being that way. That's why Ashley D can come on her channel and be her own person and always say her truth, whether you agree with me or not. I'm going to always be me. And no one is going to change that. Whether you agree or disagree with Felicia and how she's doing things, since we're questioning people and their motives, let's ask ourselves this question. The second Amora apologized, who were the people that went out of their way to sign up for those memberships? It wasn't me. It was the people over here now that are coming back out being content creators, the ones that are fake beefing with Brianna's people. Those are the people who went and signed up for memberships right away. So we're going to ask ourselves questions: where does loyalty lie? What happened to them? Why was it so easy for them to switch up? All the content creators that are speaking on the LaTruth saga part 2 are the ones who bought memberships. And I don't see the outrage, the disappointment, people coming in their chats, people speaking on them, calling them snakes, saying they're switching sides, saying they're fake, when they were the first ones over there to take the bait, the first ones over there to buy a membership the second after this lady apologized. I've never bought a membership. I never did that. I was happy and at peace that she did apologize for the hurtful things that she said, because I did feel as though, and I still do, that that family was owed an apology because I'm a real one. But I didn't jump off the cliff right away to buy a membership and invest in that. I still went along my way and on my own path and journey after that. Everybody over here was excited to see the change and the growth. The same people that you see are speaking up in the truth defense, that are speaking up now, that are loud and proud with a problem with her. All of a sudden, those are the same people who bought memberships from that woman. And nobody had a problem with that then. The same people that are on the on the panel with the family are the same people that audio was leaked. This has always been a selective outrage situation. And it seems as though the outrage has been always directed on me. I've done nothing to anyone besides walk away from relationships that I felt were pointless, that I felt were not right for my energy, were not right for me as Ashley D. Shout out to Brina Show. How you doing, beautiful? Good afternoon. So my thing is, if you're going to think I switched up based off of other content creators putting that narrative out there without listening to what I'm saying for the third, fourth, fifth time, without listening to what Felicia said, because clearly you're listening over there. So now we not only have selective outrage, but we also are getting selective hearing, because you're hearing what you want to hear instead of hearing the truth or the words that are coming out of our mouth. I've never been desperate for friends. I have friends in real life, and I'm also cool with people on the internet that are genuine friends. I say the word sis as endearment. I have one sis that passed away that nobody could ever replace. So if my sister meant the world and everything to me, clearly that word sis would not be used if I felt as though it was coming close to anything whatsoever when it came to my genuine relationship I had with my biological sister. Just like I used the word queen, I used the word sis. Just like a lot of people choose to sit over there and sis everyone up, even when these people were talking about them. Even though when these people said the worstest things about them whatsoever, even though these people have done the worstest things time and time again, everyone chooses to forget and forgive and turn a blind eye when it doesn't fit their narrative. I have always been the type of person to follow my own beats. I have never been a follower. That's why I am okay with going in whoever chat I please, doing what I want. If I wanted hundreds and hundreds of people in my chat, I would be like the rest of these content creators. Since it's so funny to them that the only people that are in their chat is the truth supporters, the saga, people from the saga. The only people that are in the chat following them around. And that's okay. But don't knock anyone else that no longer wants to carry this storyline just so they can look at their chat and feel good or validated about themselves, because the only people that are in there are the people from the saga. If I wanted that type of energy, if I wanted that type of validation, all I have to do is continue to talk about the story, continue to build it back up all over again on my own platform. And best believe those people would still be in here. All would be forgiven. All would be forgiven. They would not think twice about me going back and forth with these content creators over here, because they will want to hear the good old message. They will want to hear the evidence. They will want me to defend the truth. But I'm no longer speaking on the story. So I'm not good to those people right now. I don't mean anything to them right now because I have nothing to give them. They came on my channel based off the saga, as well as those other people's channel based off the saga. So if I'm not speaking on that, I'm okay with those people feeling as though I'm no longer entertaining to them. I'm okay with that. But for people to try to judge others based off of them not speaking on this any longer, and you having people based off of what you're speaking on, because if we're honest, if you speak on other things and those people are no longer there to support, they are no longer in your chat to fill it up, then that goes to show you you're just as replaceable as anyone else. You're not any different than the next person. But don't get too high for your bridges. Don't think that you're just so much more better than everyone else because you're covering the storyline that these people want to hear. If we wanted that validation, we would continue to speak on it. But it's not that serious to us, obviously. So I don't care if I see people from the saga, the true supporters in your chats. That don't mean anything to me. Because if it did, and I was seeking the same type of validation that you are, I could pick the story back up today. But I choose not to. I choose to wait till I'm ready to start covering what it is I choose to cover. Hey Ashley D, you are you are my motherfucking sis. And I love you no matter what. Sister, period. Raw truth, I love you too. And you my sis too. And I appreciate that. And that's what people don't understand. I am not a person to ever tell anyone, don't support this person. At one point in time, I've said that before. But do I say that now? No, I said support who resonates with you. You can support everyone, just don't be fake about it. And I don't have a problem with people asking me questions behind the scenes. I'm not going to delete your comment if you're respectful or you have a question for me of some type of uncertainty. I can clear that up for you. But I have never switched sides, nor do I choose to. But I am going to choose me first. And I don't have to come on here and speak on any of this for supporters. I can start over when I'm ready to start over. It's a lot of people, enough people, new content creators that's coming back out defending this. So it's a lot of people speaking on this now. And I know some people are disappointed because they might still want me to speak on it. They might miss the way it was back in the day. And I can understand and respect that. But if you're a true Ashley D supporter and fan, then you'll be with me to the next storyline, to the next thing I cover, and you'll support that and you'll respect my decision of moving on and moving forward. I'm going to always support myself first and my belief and what I feel in my heart is the right thing. But I will not have people that really are seeking validation in their day to day life that truly don't like one another, that have spoken bad about each other, that are fake friending each other just to get content out, just to stay relevant because they're teaming up with this family, pretending to support this family, but never really did in reality, only speaking on this family so they could get views, so they could get clicks, so they could get a new computer, so they could get anything up out of LaTruth supporters. That's the difference between me and them. I could come on here with a sad story. I could come on here and pretend as though I'm covering this deal and get people's money, get their time, get their energy, get their effort, whatever it is they choose to offer me. But I don't want to do that because I'm not a bad person. I don't have a motive. I never did have a motive. My motive was never anything or getting anything from anyone because I did not receive anything. I didn't get anything from this saga besides being stuck in a hard place for so long, for too long, losing hundreds of people, close to 1,000, being dragged, character defamed. Nobody from this family, this side, stood up for me when I was alone fighting for them, besides Kevin. But I'm okay with that. But my point of saying this is saying that I choose myself first before I go to fighting for someone else. It's not worth it to me and it's not that serious. When I did come in here, my intentions were and still are genuine with whatever story I'm covering. But if my passion's not there anymore, and I feel like it should have died off a long time ago, I'm not going to continue to be poking a dead horse. I don't have to do that. I go wherever the F I want to go at the end of the day. Ain't no motherfucker ain't going to check me about it, talk about it in private chat, and who don't like it, period. Yes. Actually, please keep going forward. This whole storyline is demonic. It is a lot of demons in this story. Please don't get yourself back into this people's story. Messy money, not for the right things. Tay baby, period. And that is one of the many, many things people don't realize. When you attach yourself to certain storylines, certain dark energy, certain people with demonic, demonic darkness that they carry, that energy tries to attach itself to you. That darkness has to go somewhere. And literally, the light was sucked out of me on numerous occasions, being attached to something so dark. And it's not necessarily just the story, but it's the people that attach themselves to this story that's been trying to seek validation, trying to figure out where they fit in at in life. So they come on YouTube and they've used this man's name for clout, for views, for support, for cash apps, for credibility. They've used this man's name long enough. It's only a handful of them that I can say genuinely did this from the heart, that are real content creators that have covered this just to be covering it, seeking justice for this man. And I am one of them. And I can stand tall and proud and say I've done more than my part, and I should have been out of this a long time ago. I met a lot of amazing people that were not dark, that did speak on this story or was supporters, strong supporters. So there were some positive things and positive people that I've gotten to know outside of this dark energy due to the saga. But when you know better and you want better, you do better. It's a difference. I know better, I want better, and I do better. I moved. I'm getting my family dynamic, getting comfortable, situated, and settled into my home. That's going great. Spending time with the family, catching back up, trying to get my office situated now that I'm transitioning. And I like the direction of where I'm going and where I'm going to continue to go. Hello, Sunny Bright. And I appreciate everyone else that understands the journey and knows what it takes to get there. Or even understand that out of all the content creators on this side, I'm one of them that took a bigger L because my heart stayed genuine. It never changed and I never flipped on anyone. I've been nothing but a good friend to people that have said some terrible things to me, and I let that go. I never wanted things to come public the way it did. But everything happens for a reason, and I don't regret it. Because had it not happened this way, had it not played out this way, I would have never knew who the snakes were around me. I would have never knew who had a motive, who attached themselves to me with a hidden agenda. People can point out things about you and people can say, oh, but you only have this amount of people watching. I have this amount of loyal people watching. I'm not covering a saga. You have saga people versus real life human people. People that like you just cuz. People that want to hear what you have to say. To be honest, all I lost was some dead weight. I didn't lose anything worth holding on to. The people that left, they weren't for me. The people that are for me, they're going to continue to come once I start being consistent, and they'll continue to grow and stay there. And I know what I'm worth and what I have to do. And attaching myself to something that no longer serves me a purpose anymore is the last thing on my priority list. Shout out to Break Room. I see you, sis. Sunny Bright, Raw True. But my words of wisdom to anyone else out there that is thinking of becoming a content creator, covering any type of saga, to stay strong, remain true to who you are. If you see the storyline is attracting nothing but dark energy or darkness to you, then I advise you to walk away or even take a break for a while and assess the situation around you before you decide to go forward. Me not speaking on this any longer had absolutely nothing to do with the truth, nothing to do with the family, nothing to do with switching sides, nothing to do with Felicia, but everything to do with me, Ashley D. My beliefs, my morals, my preference, how I feel, and who I am as a content creator. Hands down, yellow heart, red hands, yellow heart. period. Only one Lolo. Shout out to my sis Felicia. And me and Felicia and a couple of other content creators, you guys, we will be giving a non-biased and perspective from both sides soon. So one of my supporters did ask for something like that. And I think that's the least thing I can do for my supporters over here. The ones that do want to hear the overall perspective from everyone. I think that would be a great idea. But just me coming back out and consistently speaking on the saga and defending someone that does not need me to defend them, it is not going to happen. But Tay Baby was one of the people that suggested this, and I talked to Felicia about it and spoke with someone else, a couple of other people, and they don't seem to have a problem with that. But that's all that when it comes to this. Hopefully it could bring clarity to both sides so they can get an overall perspective. In this story, no one is right or no one is wrong. Anyway, from day one, all I've ever tried to do was bring clarity to this side, coming from the truth's perspective, coming from defending him. And now the outrage and everything that has transpired in this second saga that is taking off, I feel like everybody has a valid point from their own perspective, which means no one is wrong and no one is right. Those two only know the truth. So I do feel as though people from each side should be able to give a non-biased perspective and voice their own opinion on why they believe the things that they do. With everyone listening with an open mind, a non-biased perspective. Because at the end of the day, we can't say Brianna is wrong for everything and Robert's not wrong for anything because nobody is perfect and vice versa. We can't say Robert is wrong for everything and say Brianna is not wrong for anything. We can't do that. We have to be open-minded enough to understand everyone's point of view and respect it. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate it, Gina. My number one. It's no longer defending, it's damaging and demonic. Yes, it is. It is absolutely damn. Open book, shout out to you. Um, I'm coming. I'm trying to stroll up to Tay Babies. Uh, I can't find it. Let me see. I'm sorry, everybody want to talk about Ja. If that woman don't come out and say that man did it to her, it's like beating a dead dog. If her words against y'all don't say anything, then happen, then what's next? Exactly. And that's what, as adults, we have to be open-minded and willing to understand. We can say these things all day long till we're blue in the face. If there's no new evidence that's came out any further, Brianna's not backing that up, or any exes coming forward saying that, then what is our point of continuing to say the same things? And that's where I am in my life. That's where I'm at, where I don't want to keep repeating the same thing, going from one platform to the next saying the same thing. That's just not me. And how could I say this person is more wrong, but this person never does anything wrong? Then I would feel like I'm being a hypocrite to myself because I know I'm not perfect. But if I'm holding someone at a higher standard than I would hold myself, that doesn't make sense to me. And I notice a lot of people do that. They say, well, I'm not saying that he's perfect, or I'm not saying that that's perfect. But then they turn around and begin to explain and express how they are perfect, or explain the story away to where it's in defense of this person. And that's not, to me, coming in from a non-biased perspective. That's always righting someone's possible wrongs. That's misleading. That's not getting out the right information. That's lying to your audience. And that's blaming someone for everything. Now, coming in and starting all over again as a content creator, we got to start holding people accountable for some things, not just a few, but be able to say right is right, wrong is wrong. I can see where that person is coming from and how they might feel in their perspective. But nobody is willing to do that, because now coming in, and I agree, it's becoming even more darker, more damaging, more slandering, more attacking, and not very many points are being made. Like, this man is divorced. This woman is divorced. They've both moved on, but yet we're here. Thank you, Jeannie, for the membership. Yes, I started on his side, but I had to open my eyes and see things for myself. Not just listening to every content creator that went live just to say this. I had to change my perspective and see how I was misled. And all it takes is people to be able to come forward and say, I can understand where you came from your perspective, and I can respect. You and have the same belief as you. But that does not make my belief wrong or make your belief any wrong. I do apologize, you guys. I'm in the middle of something. Shout out to my girl Critical in here, um, Tamika, and everyone else. Thanks for showing your girl love and support, and most importantly, understanding. In your adult years, we realize that we might not always agree about everything, but we can be grown women and grown men about certain things in order to go forward, in order to get along. We don't have to fake anything. We can have genuine connections with people in the world without having everything in common. I will not fake it in my real life, and I would be danged if I came to YouTube and faked it to my supporters. It's not right. I always want to connect with people with things I'm passionate about, things I want to speak on, things that resonate with me, versus just coming on here for likes and views and validation. That's not why I became a content creator. I didn't become one then for that, and I'm dang on sure not going to become one now for that. But I definitely will be going back live tomorrow. And I'm going to set something up with the idea that shout out Tay Baby had about a few of us content creators coming together and giving our point of view and observation from everyone's perspective, from Lionya's side to Robert's side to a non-biased side. So we can bring some type of clarity to the internet, because all I see is this side and that side, but nobody is coming in the middle and bringing understanding to anything. And even if people spoke from each side, we still can meet somewhere in the middle and respectfully agree to disagree. Let me make my girl for even though I know she's a busy woman. Of course, I value that. And no one will change my observation or my feelings about anyone. I would be fake with myself. And I'm not going to do that for anyone out here. I'm sorry, but it won't happen. I didn't come to YouTube seeking validation, and I'm not going to start now. I've met some amazing people, and I value that relationship that we have and the one that we're building. And even though we're all on two different sides, well, I don't even, it's not even a side. Let's take the, okay, I guess my phone acting up. I'll be joining each one of you tomorrow. We can come together and give our observation from both sides. So hopefully we all can come together like adults with a clear understanding that we all can agree to disagree, but we can respect each other's opinion and observation most importantly. That's called adulting. Now, I will be joining you all as well for a brief chat tomorrow, and we'll put something together, even with the supporters. You should be able to come up, give your opinion, your observation, and whatever it is that you think. Shout out to the people as well that I have built natural, genuine relationships with throughout this saga. Shout out to you, Sis Felicia. I appreciate you. I appreciate your realness. I appreciate your support. And I appreciate you respecting me for being me. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, Tay Baby in the chat, one of my strong supporters. Jeannie, my strong supporters. My sis Critical, holding it down. I appreciate you, sweetheart. You've been nothing but real. I see what you go through on here, and you continue to push, go forward. Shout out to you, Shelly Shell. Keep doing you. You're an amazing person. You're a great content creator. Raw truth. Continue to stay real and true to yourself. You don't owe nobody anything. And most importantly, my girl Sunny Bright in the building. My girl Angie, just lovely me. Shout out to you. Thank you for being that shoulder to lean on. Thank you for being that cloud. No, that sunshine on a cloudy day. That person that pushed the clouds away. That one true friend that's been the same from day one, that's never changed on me. Thank you for that, Angie. And most importantly, thank you all for being here with your girl, Ashley D, in this moment and many more to come in the future. I appreciate you. I value your time. And most importantly, I value you respecting me for being me. Take care to each and every one of you out there. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Later. I'm out.